Which library are you using? Facebook?
YouTube.
Nice.
All right, we are live. All right, folks, this is Wolf Bishop with WP Top Hat, and I am here with Maddy Osman. Did I pronounce that correctly?
You did. Good job.
All right, so I'm here with Maddy Osman. She just got done with her talk, which unfortunately I missed. But wanted to just meet with her a few minutes. And first, why don't you introduce yourself, give a little bit about your background and why you're at WordCamp US.
Sure, yeah. I'm here because I'm giving a talk, but I would have come anyway because I haven't been to WordCamp US yet and wanted to see what all the hype was, to be honest. And my talk was how to do quality UX audits, user experience audits on a budget. And we just went over different tactics, how to pick user testers, how to structure questions, and what sort of methodology to conduct a user test. So I'm glad it's done.
Yeah, I've spoken to several WordCamps myself, and I know that you get nerves before you go up there.
Especially something like this. Because I've spoken at WordCamp Denver before, I've spoken at WordCamp Chicago, but this is like a whole other beast.
Yeah, this is my first US camp as well.
Nice.
I've been to nine previous WordCamps, but
Oh, wow.
This is my first US one, so
Very cool.
I get it. So it's a whole nother,
We're both
whole nother
noobs.
ballgame. So to that note, what advice would you give somebody who's going to be speaking at WordCamp US or any WordCamp?
Ooh, definitely know your material. And ideally do your slides well in advance so that you're not rushing to get them done at the last minute. Like for me, what I was just telling some of the people after this presentation, I usually, whatever talks I give, I also record them for Skillshare so that they can kind of live on. And the nice thing about it is that I can watch them if I'm going to give them again and remember what I intended to say with a certain slide. Okay. So something like that might be useful, to just record yourself in a way that matches what you want to deliver with your speech and watch it back as part of your prep. Another thing that I do too while I'm watching them is I take notes as if I was watching it for the first time to try to pull out what are the most important points I want to get across, and then right before my talk just kind of going over those things to remind myself, because it's easy to forget when you're on the stage and all these people are looking at you and there's, bright light. A couple different reference materials makes it a little less nerve-wracking.
Absolutely, agreed, totally. So your talk was on doing a UX audit on a budget.
Yep.
If you could break that down into one primary tip, what would that be?
I would say so from the standpoint of somebody who's a user tester, I would say be curious about everything so that you can bring that into whatever work you're doing for a client. From the perspective of somebody commissioning a user test, another thing that we were talking about right after the talk is make sure that you don't just let it sit after you get that feedback. Have an action plan, have a web developer on retainer or someone on your team who can say, all right, you saw all these things that this person pointed out, now fix them. Because it's really easy to take that feedback and say, oh, that's really good to know, and then never do anything about it.
Exactly. I think we're all guilty of that sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
I know I am. Okay.
I know I am too.
So let's see, one more question and I'll let you get back to enjoying the events. What sessions do you think were the probably most beneficial that folks should attend?
So
one or two sessions.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, it's more about people I want to see or like things I want to learn. Obviously WordCamps are a great place to pick up more like developer specific knowledge, but I think that the one thing a lot of developers could like learn from and grow from is stuff more along the lines of like marketing, understanding your audience, writing. I've seen a couple talks that are about like writing for developers, writing for people who don't normally do it.
Right.
And so just anything that you can do to like put yourself in your audience's shoes is going to help you be a better developer even more, I think, than learning about specific tactics, although those are important too. And this is a great place to sort of be on the cutting edge of new coding trends and web design trends and things like that. So I would say I'm looking forward to stepping out of my comfort zone, but also like digging deeper into the stuff that affects me in my job.
Excellent advice. Thank you so much for meeting with me
Thank
and
you.
letting me interview you today.
Absolutely.
Hope you enjoy the rest of WordCamp US, and we'll talk to you soon another time.
Sounds good.
All right, folks, as I said, we are live at WordCamp US. I will be streaming more interviews with attendees, speakers, and organizers throughout the day, or rather throughout the weekend. So make sure you tune in to our channel, subscribe so you know when we're going live, and we will hit you back up around lunch where we'll be doing another interview. So looking forward to that.
All right, now I gotta get all my stuff together. Will you send me a link to that?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Actually, you can just go to my site.
Oh, yeah, I'll just look
wptophat.host/live.
Okay.
Because I've got the live stream all set up there. So.
Well, I'll look forward to seeing your other interviews.